If you've ever thought about getting your real estate license, regardless which state you're in, I've got a couple of things that I want to tell you beforehand that you need to know. Hey everyone, my name is McKeown. I'm a licensed real estate agent and investor in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I've been licensed for about 4 years, started getting licensed about 6 months prior to fully getting licensed. So I've been in this career for about a little over 4.5 years. I initially started part-time. I was actually a high school teacher and coach, transitioned pretty quickly into full-time, and since the summer of 2017, which is when I got licensed, I've sold just about 200 homes and have helped a handful of people sell, buy, and invest. So the first thing I want to talk about is how long does it take to get your real estate license? Now this is going to differ state by state in terms of what they may require for you to do, but each state will have a state exam and then you will also have a national exam. So depending on what state you're looking to get your license in, it can vary tremendously. I know certain states have 60 hours, 75 hours, and 90 hours. However, the state of Texas is going to be the most difficult state to get your real estate license. It actually requires 6 courses that are 30 hours for each course, or a total of 180 hours. Truly, at the end of the day, how much time it's going to take you to get your real estate license is likely going to depend whether or not you're working full-time or if you're working part-time or not working at all. And this actually transitions well into the next thing, which I'm going to discuss. Do you become a licensed agent and work full-time, or do you become a licensed agent and work part-time? Using my situation as an example, I moved to Dallas in the summer of 2017. I got licensed about a week or two after living here. However, after living here for about a month, I started a full-time job teaching high school and coaching wrestling. So really the first year or year and a half of being licensed, I was actually part-time. Now I do talk to a lot of brand new agents or agents that are getting licensed and going through courses. Oftentimes, a lot of them are getting their license planning to go full-time. And I can tell you the difference between going part-time and going full-time. Using me as an example again, it took me 5 months to complete a transaction. That means 5 months to get my first commission check. And I think this is the biggest misunderstanding when it comes to getting your real estate license is, hey, I'm gonna go get my real estate license and then start working and get paid immediately. And unfortunately, that's not really how it works. Now, if you're looking to go full-time, which honestly, after talking to a lot of soon-to-be agents as well as brand new agents, most of them honestly do go full-time. Now, I have my own opinion on full-time versus part-time, which I will give you in a second, but if you're going full-time, you're likely going to expect to work more hours or work full-time. If you're gonna be working full-time, you would likely expect to get paid more or paid quicker. On the other side, if you do go part-time, you're going to be working less, likely working while you're working another job, if that's even possible, or putting in far less hours. So in my case, it took me 5 months to complete a transaction. I would hope if you're going full-time, it's not going to take you that long. Now, my advice, if you're struggling to determine whether or not you want to go part-time or full-time, if you've got a very, very good job that you're comfortable with and don't want to let go, just start off part-time. I had a master's degree in education and an undergraduate degree in mathematics. I definitely didn't want to leave that profession that I had worked so hard for to try to potentially start a business and see if I'm successful. However, I did start part-time, work for a year, and transition out of teaching into doing real estate full-time. But to be honest with you guys, if you're going to be asking if I worked part-time or full-time, I honestly worked full-time doing real estate while also coaching and teaching. There were certain conference periods that I definitely worked on. There was mornings that I was meeting with clients. Also, every single evening, if I had an opportunity to, I was meeting someone for dinner or coffee or at a property to show them, because there wasn't a single thing that was going to get in my way to be able to do it full-time. The next thing I want to discuss is how much does it cost to become a licensed real estate agent? And this, again, will vary tremendously state by state. The biggest cost is going to be upfront for your course. You can honestly go online and find a ton of different places that are going to have online courses for you that are going to be at a pretty good price. However, if you do classes in person, you're going to be able to retain the information just a little bit better because you're being taught in person. Now, the costs associated after getting your courses are going to be really just realtor related fees, meaning potentially your MLS fees. You're likely going to have to buy a lot of marketing fees like signs, open house signs, for sale signs, also Supras, which are what real estate agents actually use for their listings to put the keys in. They're actually Bluetooth and can only be operated through licensed agents or other licensed contractors. Overall, if I want to give you just a broad number that you're likely going to have to come up with up front, you're probably looking at a couple $1,000s. Now, it could certainly go far beyond that depending on how much you want to spend. Now, the cost associated with becoming an agent and starting as an agent is going to honestly pale in comparison to building out a successful real estate company or real estate business as a solo agent. Honestly, as you become more successful as a real estate agent, your expenses will go up. If you do want to build a successful business, you do have to reinvest into your business in order to grow. Now, if you are about to get licensed and you've passed your national and state exam, you're likely talking to local brokerages, potentially national brokerages, local teams, or communities, and trying to figure out which way to go. I won't go into too much detail about what brokerage I am currently with. I did initially start off with eXp Realty back in the summer of 2017. I was with them for about 3 or 3.5 years and have swapped over to Real. Real is a new innovative brokerage that has a tremendous upside that I'm excited to be able to pursue and have been for the past 6 months. However, every single brokerage that you talk to is going to provide you with something different. Honestly, my advice is that you join a place that you feel like you're part of the community, that they bring you in and help you, and they make you feel like you're welcome there. There's nothing worse than to join a company and feel like you're on the outskirts. I've been very blessed with the opportunity to have met a great mentor that turned into a tremendous friend and is someone that I look up to each and every day. I met him even prior to getting my license back in 2016. When I was looking at brokerages back in 2017, my biggest thing was opportunity. For me, the company that I joined initially, eXp, there was a huge opportunity there, as well as Real when I swapped over in October. The opportunity to grow a brokerage and build it nationally was something that definitely intrigued me. However, that's probably not something you're going to look for as a brand new agent. Again, I would definitely be most focused on finding a community that fits you. Now, the fun part about getting your real estate license and becoming a real estate agent is, you can guess it, making money, correct? At the end of the day, you are an agent, you are 1099, you are likely going to make whatever kind of money you want to make if you're willing to put in the work. Now, I've actually made an entire video on how much real estate agents can make, but the entire video is around the premise of, if you put in the work, you will make great money. Now, the issue is not a lot of people understand how to put in the work and how to put in the right work. Now, the issue with a lot of new real estate agents is the fact that they aren't going to be told when to go to work. They aren't going to be told what to do. You are a 1099 employee and you are self-employed. You are now running your own business. I know me personally, when I became an agent and started teaching, I was doing as much real estate on the side as I could. To be honest with you, I oftentimes got my head coach quite upset at me because I was texting in the corner while coaching wrestling and trying to converse with clients, or, during conference periods, as I mentioned earlier, during planning periods, I was trying to take phone calls with clients, or just anything I could do to put my foot forward in the real estate field. Now, there are going to be companies and potentially teams that will offer you a salaried position as a real estate agent, but I can tell you firsthand, any salaried position is going to be limited, meaning that they are going to limit the opportunity that you have to make income. Now, salary certainly makes sense for a lot of people. Salary will give you potentially benefits. Salary will also give you a guaranteed paycheck. If you do not know, we do not have a guaranteed paycheck. We have to put in the work. We have to close a transaction in order to get paid commission. However, on the flip side, if you are salary, you are likely not going to be paid total commission. If you are 1099, self-employed, building your own business, and you decide to close 1 deal this month and 10 deals next month, you're going to get paid for 1 deal this month and 10 deals next month. An example that actually happened to me was, again, it took me 5 months to complete one transaction, but the next week after, I actually made another completed transaction. That was in October of 2017. November, I didn't make any completed transactions. So for real estate, I didn't technically make any income in November, but again, I was teaching and coaching. And then December rolled around and I closed 5 transactions in December alone, including a personal house for myself. So that's kind of when things turned for me and I realized, this is something I need to pursue full time. Overall, when it comes to getting a real estate license and becoming a successful real estate agent, it's going to take a ton of time. Over the last 3.5 years, I've been able to devote my entire life to this business and this profession. Fortunately enough, I put in a ton of work and have been able to hire a full-time videographer, a full-time business manager, a transaction manager, and more. Now, as I mentioned earlier, expenses definitely go up as you become more and more successful. But on the flip side, if expenses are going up, you would hope that your income and profitability is going up as well. So at the end of the day, becoming a licensed real estate agent and building a real estate company has truly no ceiling. I think that's one of the biggest things that I love about this job is I've worked so many jobs before that no matter how hard you work, you get paid a certain rate. With this business, if you put in work and then you put in more work and continue to work harder, your paycheck is definitely going to show. But again, a paycheck is definitely not what I'm always after. What I'm after is financial freedom. Financial freedom is going to give me the freedom to really do whatever I want. And honestly, if I wanted to take a vacation tomorrow, or if I wanted to go visit someone, or just take some time off work, I am fortunate enough to be able to do that today because of the work and the effort that I put in. Now, this certainly could be you. It could certainly be anyone that goes and gets their real estate license. All I have to say though is if you're going to be getting your real estate license, make sure that you're going into this knowing that you're going to be putting in plenty of work. If you're someone that's looking into getting your real estate license, regardless if it's in the state of Texas, and you have some questions, feel free to leave them down below. You can also reach out to me. My contact info is going to be in the description below. Also, stay tuned. If you've been a continuous watcher of my YouTube channel, I've got a ton of updates coming for my new investment property, as well as my prior duplex that had some damage during the winter storm here. We've got a ton of exciting videos coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. Again, make sure to subscribe and like. It really does help.